Uh, okay, so basically in automation, I have worked on two projects. One was related to investment banking. The current one is related to insurance domain. For investment banking, I did UI automation where I used Java and Selenium. Talking about the current project, I was responsible for API automation where I use RestAssured along with the BDD Cucumber framework. So, like my responsibilities include managing our automation suite, then execution of our regression suite, smoke suite also, periodically checking the test cases if they are running correctly or not. In every 15 days, we had to run our regression suite. Also, if any new API service is introduced, then we have to prepare a script for that and we have to add it to the suite.
Okay, so you are currently working on automation project as well.
Yeah.
Okay, coming to Java, how will you rate out of 5?
I'd like to rate around 3.
Okay. Yeah, tell me what is a constructor?
So constructor is basically a special member in the class which is used to initialize the data members. If you don't declare constructor, then JVM will have its default constructor, and we can declare constructor with two types. One is without argument, another one is with argument.
How do you use it in your project?
So basically, constructor is used whenever we have to initialize the data member, right? So if whenever we are we are using inheritance, like we are having different pages for the particular website, then whenever we have to call the methods from other class, in that case we will use the constructor. So we used to have it like. Whenever we declare that this driver is equals to the driver, because in our individual classes also we are having the web driver declared, and in our test classes also we declare the same. So in that case we will use the constructor.
Okay. What is runtime polymorphism?
Runtime polymorphism, we can also call this as method overloading, where we are having multiple classes and we want to access the methods from one class to another class, and we provide body for that particular method in our execution class or implementation class. That is nothing but a concept of runtime polymorphism, or we also called it as a method overriding.
You mentioned first it is method overloading.
Yeah, sorry, it is a method overriding.
Do you use that in your project?
Yes, because we generally use inheritance, right? And in method overriding, inheritance is must. Without it, we cannot access the properties which are present in our superclass to the subclass. So yes,
Okay. Do you use interface?
yes.
Why do you use it?
So basically, interface provides us the 100% abstraction, and where we are having the method declaration, but no body of that particular method, or method declaration is absent. So basically, if we want to access the methods from the interface, in that case we will use it. So mostly whenever we have to work on the elements of that particular web page, we use web element, which is nothing but our interface.
Okay. So tell me some of the exceptions which you have faced while executing your test case.
So most common exceptions which we get is element not found. Basically, element not found, or element is not interactable. Stale element exception. Then exception related to if we talk about Java null pointer index out of bound exception to those comes. Then again, element is not interactable if we don't provide driver location properly. Then uh, one exception related to driver. These are some of the exceptions which we found mostly.
How will you handle these kind of things?
So if we go one by one, no such element exception will come because there is a synchronization issue. So our scripts are running faster than the browser. So in that case, we can use set of weights which we are having into the Selenium. Second, if the stale element exception is there, then in that case we can go with refreshing that particular page So navigate.refresh method we can use. Another thing is if the XPath of that particular web element is getting refreshed multiple times, then we can go with the dynamic XPath, and we can just pick the constant part of that particular XPath and we try to locate that particular web element. If the exception is related to driver, then we have to check if the driver is compatible with the current version of browser we are using. And the second thing is, are we providing the correct path of that particular browser? So, and we have try and catch block, right? So by using that also we can handle the exceptions.
Okay. So you have experience in Selenium with
Yes.
web automation.
Yeah.
Tell me what are the locators which you are commonly using?
So in our project we mostly use ID, then name is there, class name, tag name is there, again link text, and most commonly we use is XPath.
XPath.
Yeah.
What about ID? Do you use
Yes,
ID?
yes. If the element is having ID, then that is suggested that we should go with the ID only. It is the fastest locator which we have.
What is the disadvantage of XPath?
Disadvantage of XPath is we can say that XPath is it contains a string, and if the web element, if we do not provide if the XPath is consist of number of attributes, then most of the time it will throw an error that no such element is found or stale element exception, because it consists of like it mostly use absolute way of finding that particular location of the element, right? So it's moving through the tree of that HTML table, and most of the time what it happens, if the page is not getting refreshed correctly, then it will throw errors. So it is always suggested that we should go with some specific thing, like if we are having a tag name, if we are having a ID, or even link text. So that will be a more accurate way of locating the web elements.
Okay, what is the difference between find element and find elements?
Yeah, so if we want to find a single element, we will go with find element, and if we are having set of elements having common XPath, in that case we will go with find elements method.
Okay, what are the different weights which you are using?
Mostly we use implicit weight and explicit weight. So there are basically three types of weights. First one is the implicit weight, which will tell browser to wait before throwing an exception. Second is we are having explicit wait, where it will wait for specific condition to be satisfied. For example, if you want to wait for particular element to get loaded, so it will wait for the particular web element, and then only he will throw the exception. And third one is fluent wait. Fluent wait we mostly use when we have to execute the wait multiple times, like after every 5 seconds we want to execute it, and want to stop our execution and check for that particular condition. So that is the fluent wait.
Do you use fluent weight?
Sometimes, but not that frequently. We go with implicit wait most commonly, and if we are looking for any particular web element, in that case we'll go with the explicit wait.
Okay. How many WebDriver APIs available in Selenium?
WebDriver APIs
Hmm.
around 12, I guess. Search context is having two, find element and find elements. In WebDriver we are having around 14, 12.
No, I'm talking about the browser.
Browser we are having like three. First one is Chrome, then Firefox, and IE browsers.
What is the WebDriver API for those?
WebDriver API, actually I'm not getting the question. Shall I tell you the syntax, or you are expecting something else?
No, what is the WebDriver API for Chrome, for example? If you are using Chrome, how will you invoke?
So it will be will use the system.set property, and then WebDriver Chrome dot driver, we will provide path of that particular driver. Then we will have WebDriver driver equals to new Chrome driver, and then driver dot get the
No,
particular. website which we want
Yes,
to.
Chrome driver.
Sorry.
Chrome driver.
Yeah, Chrome drive.
Okay. Is there any other drivers which you are using?
For cross browser, we mostly go with the Firefox, but not more than this two. So
So you
Firefox, we use the Gecko driver.
so you are only executing all in Firefox and Chrome,
Chrome.
correct?
Yeah.
You are not going with the Safari.
No.
Why? There will be an issues with the Safari browsers as well, right?
Yeah. There could be, but like currently, so I'm working on API, so we don't really need to interact with the browsers. But for the earlier application, it was like it was given a target that I was involved in testing it for the Chrome and Firefox. Other people might have involved with IE browser is also there, Opera is also there, Safari is also there, which are mostly used in the market.
Okay. Tell me, how will you perform right click in a web browser?
Right, to perform right click, we are having actions class. We need to create object of actions class, and using actions we can perform mouse over actions. So in actions class we are having, I think, context click method, using which we can perform right click.
Is it possible you to share your screen and write the syntax for that?
Sure.
Just, I just need the function.
Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Ah, yes.
So with actions, just, so it's action. This one is to right click dot will use build and perform with those this one. And if we are looking for any particular web element, we want to click on any particular web element, the right click action, then we'll have to use move to element method. Here we have to mention the web element, and then this will this will be executed.
Will it work?
Yeah, it should work.
Yeah.
Syntax is correct. So
Okay. Do you use JavaScript executor?
JavaScript executor we use mostly to scroll down the pages. For that purpose we used it.
Okay. What are the reports which you are using?
In reports for this one we use the framework is BTT Cucumber, so Cucumber reports are getting generated mostly. Earlier when we used to use HTML reports from a test engine, or we can also use what is that extent reporter to generate the reports.
Okay. How do you capture screenshot then?
Uh, shall I write the code or
No,
stop
no.
sharing?
Yeah, you can stop sharing. Just tell me how we can capture the screenshot.
Yeah, to capture the screenshot, we are having get the screenshot as method, which is a part of text screenshot interface. So first we'll have to find out the source where the code will go, like file, let us say file, then source, text screenshot, driver dot get screenshot as, and then we have to mention the type of that particular thing. So output type dot file, then we'll have file test equals to new file. In that we have to provide a location of the folder where we want to store that particular screenshot, and we have also have to mention name of the file and type of the file, like .jpg or png, and then we can use file handler to copy it from destination to source to destination. This way we can do.
Okay. So you have experience in TestNG as well.
Yes.
What are the annotations available in TestNG?
So it's like we are having at the rate test, before method, after method, before suit, after suit, before class, after class, before test, after test.
What is the difference between at before test and at before method?
So before executing any test, the at the rate before a test annotation will work, and so we can declare we can launch the particular website also in that code. Before method works when we have a list of methods. So before executing every method, at the rate before method code will get executed. So before method is related to methods, and at the rate before a test is related to test.
Okay. How will you kill your browser?
We can use driver dot quit.
Any other way to quit it?
Close, close will close the window. So I think I don't think of any other.
That's fine. Like, assume you have 10 test cases to execute.
Mhm.
You have to disable 5 test cases from those 10. How will you do that?
So for that we are having keywords in test engine. So the keyword is enabled. So uh, in front of that particular test, in the bracket we have to mention enable equals to false. That will skip those particular test cases, and enabled equals to true will get executed, or the tests which doesn't have enable keyword mentioned.
Okay. So out of this 10 test cases, what will be the order of execution?
Order of execution will depend on the priority if we have provided. If the priorities are not provided, then it will execute alphabetically of those methods.
Okay. So do you have any mobile app automation experience?
No, not yet.
Okay. Coming to BDD, tell me some of the gherkin keyword you are familiar with.
So BDD is behavior driven development, where we use Gherkin format to what we can say declare our scenarios. So for that we use given, when, and then, and is also a keyword, and but is also a Gherkin keyword we use.
Uh, do you know about scenario outline?
Yeah, so scenario outline is a part when we have to do the data parameterization. Like for example, for one scenario, we have to execute it with the multiple test data. In that case, we'll have to declare a scenario as scenario outline along with the examples. Examples will contain all the test data for which we want to execute that particular test case.
Okay. What is the use of background?
Background will we mostly use when we are having a same statement used in multiple scenarios. For example, given the user is on that particular web page or that particular website, so for all other scenarios user has to be on that particular web page. So that given statement can be considered as a background, which will be common for all the scenarios we are going to test.
Okay. I will tell you one scenario. Can you write the test case in gherkin keywords?
Yeah, I'll share the screen.
Okay. The scenario is you are on Amazon homepage and you have to search for an item and it has to be added to the cart. Yeah, this much. Search for an item and add to cart.
So scenario would be verify add to cart functionality. If we go with this, we'll start with given. given user is on Amazon homepage, when and user selects, let us say I'm using Oppo mobile as a product, Oppo mobile, when user click on add to cart button, then user should be navigated to add to navigated to cart, and Oppo mobile should be added to the cart. Here we can also mention like cart bucket will open and Oppo mobile should be added to the cart. Yeah, this much we can add. I'm considering that user has already logged in and he's on the home page.
That is fine, but where are we searching the item here?
Okay, so even I considered like on a home page only we are having the mobile, so we need to add user search for Oppo in search bar, and user selects Oppo mobile. When user click on add to cart button, then cart bucket will open and Oppo mobile should be added to the cart. Yeah, now it's the flow is complete.
Okay. Can
One
you
more
modify?
statement we can add: user clicks on search button.
Okay. Can you modify this with searching multiple items?
Okay. Searching multiple items, then instead of Oppo we will go with mobile. So given user is on home page and
You can update the
use,
exception test case. No worries.
that is fine. User search for mobiles and user clicks on search button.
No, I want to, for example, I want to search for mobile and its charger in that way.
So we have to add multiple products in a cart. That what we have to.
Yes.
So I think okay. So we'll define another scenario, like here we are searching for a mobile, in here we will be searching for the charger.
That to include in a single test case for searching multiple items.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we will be having multiple and statements only. So mobile and user search for charger and click on search button and selects charger and selects charger and click on add to cart button. Like that only will go when user click, or this statement we don't need. Yeah, like that.
Okay. Do you use examples?
Okay, if we can pass it as a parameter also, right. So scenario outline will have to mention verify verify card functionality given user is on page. When user search for, and we'll have to mention here parameter product, and user click on the product, then product is added to cart, and here we will use examples, and here we have to mention we can say product, and here we can have mobile, we can have charger, we can have cards, like this we can use.
Okay.
But we have to like do a little more detailing also, because searching for a mobile, it will show list of mobiles, then from that we have to pick any particular mobile. So if the selection has to be random, then we can store it in a list, and we can pick any index of from that particular list, and it will get added to the cart. That way we can achieve it.
Okay. Can you write the step definition class for this?
So step definition, like we'll start with the methods only. So so first will be at the rate given, in bracket we will be having, first we'll have given statement, and this will be this. This will be first. Then second we are having when, in bracket we will be having so this will be in curly braces. And here we will have to pass we need to pass the parameters, so it will be a web element, and let us say we have it as a product. Then the related code will come over here. Yeah, like this it should be happening.
What
And
is that
statement.
element product?
Sorry.
What is that web element product?
So the products which we will be searching on, it will be the list of web elements, right? Or this mobile. Sorry, this should be string. We are using it in a search bar, so it won't be web element. It will be string. We are passing string.
Okay. Are you familiar with the Git?
Git, yes.
Okay. Tell me what is the command to push the code?
So we are having push and commit basically. So whenever we made changes in our local system, then while pushing that particular change, we first need to commit it. We need to add some comment, like it's a first. That is good. Push command is when we, yeah, correct. So we'll have to add some comment and then we'll have to push the changes to the our repository.
Tell
Push
me
command
your
basically used to push the code changes to the repository.
tell me the command which you are using.
Push and commit.
Only push and commit. I need the syntax.
So you're asking me the commands which we use in CMD command prompt.
Yes.
We basically do it through like that Maven, and then we are having ready-made methods or commands to push the code.
You are using IDE to push the code.
Yeah, but in Maven we are having, I think, a validate command is there. Uh,
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's all from my side. I will share my feedback with HR. HR may contact you.
Sure. Thank you, Anmol.
Good time.
Thank you for your time. Yeah.